Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Department of English, I warmly welcome all of you to this parallel paper presentation session of our seminar on science and literature. It is truly a pleasure to see our scholars, faculty members, and students gathered here to explore ideas that demonstrate the relationship between scientific thoughts and literary creativity. Today's sessions will give us the opportunity to listen to a series of research papers that offer new insights and critical viewpoint of connected to the theme of this seminar. It is my great pleasure to welcome the respected chairperson of these sessions, Principal Vishwas Professor. Sir's presence among us is a source of motivation and inspiration. His rich academic experience and guidance will certainly encourage the discussions and reflections during this session. Now, I would like to invite our respected head of the department to kindly introduce our chairperson.
So, dear paper presenters, we have with us Principal Dr. Vishwas Joshi sir. He was working as a professor with Dantewada Agriculture University. Very recently, he has joined Samardas Arts College as a full-time principal. Sir, we warmly welcome you to the department. He also belongs to English faculty, so we have one more teacher in our group of senior teachers at our university. Thanks for sparing your time and being with us to chair this session here. And we will start with the session. We have welcoming sir. Please come. We can welcome you. We'll divert online meeting.
Now we shall move forward with the paper presentation session. I request all presenters to kindly follow the allotted time limit so that each participant gets an equal opportunity to present their work. I would also encourage the audience to engage actively during the discuss session. Let us begin with our first presenter. Now I would like to invite Asha Dedi to present her presentation.
First of all, a very good afternoon to all of you. So, recently there are extensive research which is going in the field of biotechnology, and we have seen that there are various applications of biotechnology within various sectors like pharmaceuticals, we have in medicines, we have in agriculture. So, literature also cannot remain untouched by this field. So, the topic which I have chosen for today's seminar is teaching biopulp fiction in the age of generative AI, a multidisciplinary pedagogical framework for oryx and crane. So, in this particular presentation, I am going to discuss that how we can use generative AI technologies or tools to teach the biopulp fiction, which is a kind of a, we can say, a multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary in nature. So moving forward, this is the content of my presentation. So what are the research objectives? Or in this particular presentation, I am going to see that how pedagogical challenges align with the teaching biopulp fiction, which is a kind of interdisciplinary in nature. And here we will see the intersection of science, technology, biology, ethics, and literature. Then another objective is to explore the potential of generative AI tools, and the specific tools which I have selected is ChatGPT and Notebook LM, that how these tools can work as a pedagogical mediators which facilitates interdisciplinary learning more engaging and more interesting for students. Then another is analyze the application and significance of educational theories such as constructivist learning theory, Bloom's two sigma problem, then socio-cultural theory, then thought of proximal development in AI assisted teaching learning environment. next objective is to develop a structured and systematic pedagogical framework for teaching a particular biopump fiction, which I have selected, that is Oryx and Track by Margaret Atwood. And the last is analyze how this AI supported learning environment can enhance students' critical thinking, ethical inquiry in the field of biotechnology, then how they can develop interdisciplinary, deeper understanding for the subject and metacognitive engagement in the study of biopump fiction. So, while studying the various researches which are done in the field of biopump fiction, I have came across various research camps that uh, biopump being interdisciplinary in nature presents certain distinct pedagogical challenges. Because when we go to teach this particular fiction to the students of literature, they are the students of literature, so they won't be able to understand the scientific concepts which might be used in the biopump fiction. Then the narratives of biopump fiction involve highly complex scientific concepts like gene modification, gene editing, then CRISPR-9 technology. So this fiction have certain similarities with the ongoing real researches in the field of the scientific advancement. So we will try to connect that through the various AI tools. Then students without STEM background also struggle to fully comprehend the foundational scientific concepts which are used in the biopump fiction. So, the pedagogical dimension of teaching biopump fiction text has received relatively little scholarly attention, which we find while during the research in the field of the pedagogical applications in biopump fiction. So this presentation will try to present theoretical framework for how we can teach a particular biopump fiction through generative AI tools. So here instructor or teacher will work as a mediator, and the tools which I am going to use, ChatGPT and Notebook LM, they both will also work as a mediator to engage students in studying a biopump fiction. So, based on the research lab, I have framed certain research questions at what pedagogical challenges emerge while teaching biopump fiction, and then how generative AI technologies can function as a solution to these problems, then how educational theories such as Bloom's taxonomy, then sociocultural theory, constructivist theory can be integrated with the within the field of AI assisted learning in the literary studies. Then, in what manner generative AI tools such as ChatGPT and Notebook LM can enhance textual engagement, interdisciplinary understanding for students? And the last, how does AI supported learning contribute to enhancing critical thinking among the students? So, the research methodology which I have adopted for this particular paper is conceptual and pedagogical in nature. I will going to do a case study. So here I will going to present a theoretical framework for teaching a biopump fiction. So for that I have taken a text Oryx and Crack as a text or as a case study. Then I am going to use pedagogical AI generative tools like ChatGPT and Notebook LM. And at the end I will going to do analytical study that how dialogic learning, cognitive scaffolding, and interdisciplinary knowledge construction can be happen by using this AI assisted learning tools. So the theories which I have used in this particular presentation, that is the two sigma problem by Benjamin Jones, that is zone of proximal development, then how AI assisted tools can be work as a dialogic learning partner. Then I will going to do a constructivist inquiry-based learning, and how we can enhance the reader response through using this AI technologies. And last is how we can do a metacognitive, or how we can enhance or how students can question their own thinking by learning the biopump fiction through generative AI tools. So I have prepared two worksheets which we can use. So I would like to show this worksheet. The first one is basic worksheet. So in this particular worksheet, or by going through this particular worksheet, students will be able to understand the basic concept of what is biopump is, what are the biotechnological things which are particularly used in the science fiction. The case study which I have taken here is Oryx and Crab, right? So this is the basic worksheet, and this all the activities will be done by students with the help of AI assisted tools like ChatGPT and Notebook app. So here I have provided certain instructions to the students, and this particular worksheet is prepared on the basis of three cognitive stages which are given by the Benjamin Bloom, that how student can generate understanding for a particular topic, then how they can synthesize one topic with another topic, and how they can do a critical evaluation by developing the understanding of a particular subject, or by developing understanding of a scientific concepts which are used in the novel. So these are some of the learning objectives which are based on the Bloom's taxonomy, that is understanding, analyzing, evaluating, and last stage is at the end of this activity, students will be able to generate their own content as well. So that is the last stage which is given by Benjamin Bloom in his taxonomy as well, that students will be able to generate or create their own understanding through the topic. So I have divided this activity in three parts, that they have to do certain activities before they come to the classroom, that task understanding biopunk fiction, and for that I have given them certain chat GPT prompt which they can feed into the chat GPT, and through reading those information which are provided by chat GPT, they have to build their own understanding. So first they will try to understand what is biopunk fiction, then how biotechnology is used in the particular novel. So there are certain creatures which are genetically modified, shown in this particular text. So they have to identify those genetically modified organisms, animals, and those things, and then try to connect it with the real life scientific developments. So then there is phase two, which happens during the classroom, that AI assisted literary exploration, in which they try to map the biopunk world which is described in this particular fiction, that they will try to do a thematic study, that how genetic engineering is appearing in the novel, and how corporate laboratories are working, then how environmental collapse is shown, and this collapse can be solved with the use of biotechnology, then how these different species are generated, crackers, right? This is the human creation which we find in the novel. Then this is another activity like character and biotechnology mapping. So then there is another activity, image creation. So they have to study particular character, and they have to feed the different characteristics of that particular character in ChatGPT. And based on that, ChatGPT will try to generate the image, that how the genetically modified organism will look like, which is represented in the novel. So these kinds of activities are provided to the students. Then they will try to create infographic, biotechnology infographic. Then they will also, like through ChatGPT, you can do role play as well, that one character will speak in favor of the use of biotechnology, and the other character will try to defend those things. So in that manner, there are certain activities, and this is critical reflection. At the end of their activity, they have to submit their answers in the form of essay. Right. So this is the one worksheet, and this is the another one worksheet. So in this particular worksheet, I have given that how we can connect literary text with the current scenario. So there is a major issue, climate change, which is going in the society, and for that we have developed certain sustainable development goals. Right? So this activity is based on that. That you have to study SDGs which are given by the United Nations, and then you have to try to connect it with the novel. So introducing sustainability and dystopia. So these all are the activities which students have to carry with the use of ChatGPT and Notebook LM. Right. So these are certain activities which are given. So based on this, what we can say, that how I will try to connect it with the different theory. So Bloom's two sigma problem and AI assisted tutoring. What he says is that the average students perform better when there is a personal tuition is given to that particular student. So AI tools can be work as a personal tutor, or they can give a customizable response to a particular student. So this is how we can connect it with the learning theories. Then there is another constructivist learning theory and active knowledge construction. Then student can learn things by engaging with the situation or through events. So whenever they are searching or whenever they are communicating with the chat GPT, they can develop their own knowledge. Right. So knowledge is not just a copy of reality. To know object is to act on it. So we have to perform certain things. So the activities like image creation, infographic creation, this will help students to generate or to connect with the literature as well. Then there is another theory, that is socio-cultural theory, which is born of proximal development. So what this particular theory says is that there are certain areas which student might be knowing. Then there are certain areas which can be developed with the help or assistance of the teacher. So here teacher will play a role of assistance, right, and as a guide. And generative AI tools will be work as a mediator as well. So they help students to do analytical thinking, and they help students to do critical thinking in a particular field. Then last is metacognition and self-regulated learning. So with the use of this AI generative tools, students can think on their own thinking as well. So what happens is that you have to read the novel. After that, you have to give in certain feed to the chat GPT, and the image generated by chat GPT might be faithful to the text or cannot be faithful to the text. So then you have to find out that what are the problems or what are the gaps which might remain because of that chat GPT was not able to generate the proper response. Right? So in that manner, students can do metacognition as well. Right? So this is how we can connect it with again reader response theory and dialogic interpretation, that the meaning of literary work is realized in the interaction between text and reader. So here there is interaction going between the generative AI tools and the students thinking. Right, so this is it, and there are certain limitations as well. That whenever we are using generative tools, so there might be a problem of academic integrity. That there might be a risk of plagiarism, or students might be copying something from the other sources and they are presenting it as their own work. There is another problem of over reliance because of this student might lose their own thinking capacity. Then there might be embedded bias, which are in the responses given by the AI as well. So, to conclude my presentation, we can say that the AI tools partially address Bloom's two sigma problem by providing personalized academic assistance that resembles one-to-one tutoring. That AI-supported activities align strongly with the constructivist learning principles by encouraging students to construct their own knowledge, and generating AI tools can also act as a scaffolding system between the zone of proximal development. AI-based task promotes metacognitive learning, and AI-mediated dialogues and reader response engagement by enabling students to explore explore the interpretation of text from a multiple perspective. Right? So this is it. So here ChatGPT will work as a dialogic tutor, and the notebook LM will work as a research assistant. So this is it. These are some of the references. Thank you. If there are any questions from audience. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Asha, for your thoughtful presentation. Moving further, now I would like to invite Sanket Vavadia to present his paper.
Yes, so good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Sanjay Bavaria, and my research paper topic is Technological Future and Ethical Crisis, a critical study of dystopian imagination in Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. So, in this paper, we will see the how the developing technological for the innovation of AI and how require the ethical crisis or ethical frameworks in the nowadays developing in science or the developing technologies. This is the table of contents that we will discuss in the presentation. Abstract. So in this paper, we see the how this novel, The Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, reflect the contemporary technology and ethical dilemmas for the developing new technologies and the modern AI. And in this novel, we see the example of the character Victor Frankenstein. He create the creature, but we can see the result of his creation. He play against the nature, or we can say that he play against the god. So he create the new life, but his work is go against the nature or go against the god, or it can create some problems for society. So nowadays, some artificial intelligence developing without moral, ethical, ethical dilemmas. So how it can be create some problems or disguise the content we will see in the some of our. Another thing is we will discuss the CRISPR baby scandal that we will see through the example of this novel and the contemporary examples. This is the research objective. So for this paper, there are three main research objectives. So for uh, research was objective is to examine the representation of scientific ambition and the ethical failures in Frankenstein, and another is to analyze the parallel between Shelley's narrative and modern technological development, and the third one is the demonstrate the continuous relevance of dystopian literature in contemporary technologies. And my hypothesis for this presentation is the how this novel Frankenstein and anticipate many of the ethical dilemmas associated with the modern technological developments, and how this novel suggests the scientific innovation that driven by the ambition by lacking a moral responsibility and the destructive consequences of the both for the creator and the society itself. So introduction. So this is the novel Frankenstein, earliest work of the 19th century by Mary Shelley that explore the how the ethical limits and scientific ambition that we can see in the character of Victor Frankenstein.
They were drafted in a proper manner. They were presented properly. A lot of efforts have been put in into both the presentations. I really appreciate the efforts that you have put in. I guess you are students of master's degree or PhD scholars. Master's degree and PhD scholar. Okay. So I do appreciate the efforts that you have put in. Your presentation was good and it was satisfactory. But we should think about these concepts. Again, I would repeat, we are students of literature. Think from multiple points of view. When I say something, it doesn't mean I subscribe to those views, but I want to think about it. As I said, being moral, what is it? Aligning to the society and curbing your own self. Is it being moral? Is it not injustice to yourself? Is it not injustice to your desires? It doesn't mean we should do that, but we should give a thought to it. Okay? So it was a very good presentation. Congratulations to both the presenters. Thank you.
Now I would like to present the vote of thanks. First of all, I express my heartfelt gratitude to our respected chairperson, Principal Vishwas Joshi sir, for presiding over the sessions, for offering his valuable guidance. My sincere appreciations goes to all the presenters for sharing their research work, to the audience for their attentive presence and participations. Finally, I extend my thanks to all the organizing committees and everyone who contributed to the successful conduct of these sessions. Thank you all.